Hi guys, long time no video. How's it going? How's it hanging? You know how life gets. It's just life. Anyway, so I've been watching all these like YouTube videos about pregnancy and pregnancy vlogs and pregnancy updates and all these things, and I was talking to my girlfriend and she was like, why don't you do one? And I was like, well, I guess I haven't made a video in a long time, and that's really all I can think about. That's really all I can do is just watch things about pregnancy and birth and everything. And that's because, well, if you haven't guessed it or you didn't actually read the title of this video, I am pregnant. We're super duper excited. My oldest son is gonna be 7, so it's been a long time since I've had a baby. A long time. My youngest nephew is only 4, so just turned 4, so it's been a long time since I've even like seen a diaper at all, so it's gonna be interesting. But I did, and I have been since the beginning, is I have this little notebook that I got from like Walmart a while back, you know, during like back to school time, you know, and they're like super cheap, and I've never used it, so I've been using it to write down like kind of like journaling, just like bullet points, nothing super entailed, but still little bullet points. So I thought I'd kind of tell you about my first trimester. So here we go. Basically, well, so when you do those online, you know, predictors for when you're gonna give birth and things like that, your due date predictors, they always go by like the date of your last period or by the date of conception. So it's weird because the date of my last period versus like the date of what I would consider conception is like a week off, but it only changes my due date by 1 day. So I don't know, I'm kind of crazy, so I have like 4 different baby apps on my phone, and 2 of the baby apps are set to the first due date and the other 2 are set to the other due date. I'm due at the end of September, so September baby. So I'm really excited because it's a little bit spaced out, but not so far to my son's birthday. My son is in the beginning of August, and since I'm due at the end of September, that gives me a little break in between the 2, a little bridging on fall babies. So that'll be different since most of the babies in my family are summer babies. June and July and the first part of August is pretty crazy with all of the babies. So let's get into the symptoms. Oh, was I tired? So tired, ridiculously tired. And I am a person that I deal with chronic fatigue, so I'm always tired, but this was a whole new level. Like, my eyes were crossing in front of the computer screen at work, and I was just dying. But the good thing is that I did get morning sickness, but I wasn't vomiting a lot. Whereas in my first pregnancy with my son, I had both. I would go to work and park my car, throw up, like mark my territory every day. Whereas this time I was just nauseous all the time. So, you know, saltine crackers and ginger and things like that, those things all helped. But then my boobs, okay, here's TMI, like my boobs were so sore. And then what was new for me, what I didn't remember from the last time, is that my nipples were super sore. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even have running water on my breasts. Like, I'd be in the shower covering up because the water coming down on my chest was painful, just ridiculously painful. So much so that I decided I'm gonna buy maternity bras because they're basically like sports bras, but not super tight because that's not what they're made for. And I've been wearing them ever since. Like, I don't even care if my boobs look funny or like a uniboob or flat or whatever. They're comfortable, and I've been wearing them ever since. So like I said, I was nauseous the whole time. I did vomit one day. And on that day I vomited twice, and that was it. That was the extent of my actual vomiting. So that was a big change from the first time. Aversions, eggs, and that was like my go-to. I would love like a hard-boiled egg in the morning with like some nuts or whatever, and that would be just an amazing breakfast for me. And now, like during my first trimester, I couldn't do it. But what I was craving, which is weird, was cauliflower. Now, like I eat cauliflower, but I'm not like, ooh, let me have cauliflower every day. During my first trimester, that's what I wanted. I was like, cauliflower. How many ways can I make cauliflower? Because I wanted cauliflower, which I think is odd. Let's see what else. I did get bloating and constipation, and the bloating was so bad. Like I was like 8 weeks and I felt like I was looking closer to like 15, 16 weeks. So my best friend was these little kimonos, and I have several of them, and that's what I would do. I would just kind of wear my kimono and I would just kind of cover up and try and hide the bloat, especially during the first trimester when you haven't really told everybody that you're pregnant, you know, because you're trying to wait until after that 8 to 12 week mark when your chance of miscarriage goes down. And I remember I would be at work and I'd be so nervous that someone would notice like how big my stomach was, because the bloating, like I felt like my stomach was going to just rip from my skin. That's how bloated I was. It was so bad. And what's funny is because I was wearing so many kimonos, my boss actually, when I was talking to her in her office one day, was like, oh, you know, I want to get me some kimonos. I've been loving those kimonos that you're wearing lately. And I'm like, yeah, they're super comfy, super easy to dress up, dress down, whatever, and had this whole conversation about kimonos. And I was like, I'm really wearing them because I am trying to hide the fact that I'm pregnant. So I just thought that was funny. Another thing I craved was spicy food along with the cauliflower, like I said, and pineapples and strawberries. And then I was scared because I wanted so much pineapple. I'm like, isn't that what people have? You know, what they eat when they're, you know, trying to go into labor? So I was like, oh, I should really not eat this pineapple, but it's delicious and I want pineapple. So that was a thing. I did get sick, you know, winter, January, February. Sucks being sick, but it kind of just happened. Let's see. Oh, you know, I have on here like, oh, I heard the baby's heartbeat for the first time on this day, and had my first ultrasound on this day, and all these things. But basically, in comparison to my first pregnancy, my first trimester was not that bad. My first trimester during my first pregnancy was rough. It was so bad. I was throwing up all the time. I was sick all the time. Didn't know what was wrong with me, and I was like, what is going on? This time, the biggest thing was that I was nauseous, but it wasn't something that I couldn't get through unless I was like going to work out, which I did work out my entire first trimester. Kept doing the same workouts that I've always been doing, spinning, boxing, lifting weights, different types of cardio and such. But if I was really, really nauseous, then I didn't force myself to go, but I was still going consistently, like 4 times a week at least. And the bloating was just miserable, so bad. I would go to my sister and I'd be like, sister, look at my stomach. Like I absolutely look like I'm twice as far along as I am. And I'd be like, feel it, like right up here, you know, where my stomach is. Just feel it, because it's so hard and so uncomfortable. It was awful. But other than that, you know, I just being tired, you know, living my day. But the worst thing, unfortunately, with my first trimester was right at the end of my first trimester, after a snowstorm in the area. Everything had melted, so there was no ice or anything, but there was a little water on the road, and I was sitting at a stoplight on the off ramp of the freeway and I was rear-ended. So that was pretty traumatic, especially because I wasn't actually telling people that I was pregnant yet, and I just wanted to like scream. I did scream. I was hysterical when the ambulance came to check on me, and I had to go to the ER and, you know, get an ultrasound, make sure that the baby looked okay, and things like that. Thank God the baby is fine, but that was really traumatic, and had to deal with, you know, rental cars and all of those things because the entire back of my car was crushed in. And I was like, well, thank goodness I didn't get hurt more than that, and the baby's all right. But the thing that I'm dealing with now is a lot of back pain, especially in my lower back and in my shoulders where the seatbelt was, where it locked on my chest and things like that. So I've been going to the chiropractor 3 days a week so they can do like some small adjustments. They can't do a lot for my lower back because that's where the baby is, and we can't like apply heat or do x-rays or anything like that. So it's kind of like a slow process, but getting through it. And yeah, I think that's all I have for my first trimester update. We're crazy super excited. My son has been asking me for a little brother or sister. He said both for years. But my first pregnancy was very traumatic for me. And so it kind of scared me away. Like, I was like, I don't know if I can go through that again. But just the fact that besides the car accident, my first trimester has been so great. I think if the pregnancies had been switched, I probably would have had them closer together. And maybe one day I'll make a video about my first pregnancy because it'd be too long for this one. But that's it. Keep a lookout for my second trimester update. And if you guys want to see more videos, any like mommy videos or even more makeup videos, you know, just let me know. You can hit me in the comments or on Instagram or whatever, and I will do my best to do them for you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hi. Why are you so crazy? Hi. Ow. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. He really wanted to be in this video. Come here, puss. Come here. Come talk to the camera. Say hi.
Hi.
My name is
Christian.
Are you excited? You gonna be a big brother? Yeah? Are you gonna be so nice to the baby? You gonna help me take care of the baby? Yeah? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. What is that? Okay. I think you're done. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah.
What do you want to say? Ew, you just like lip. Okay, we'll say it.
Thanks for watching.
Okay. And then what else do you want to say? Okay, go ahead.
Hope you have a good day.
Okay, bye guys. Say bye.
Bye.